So, Branko, can you describe how the European program, the European extension of the International Center for Studies in Creativity, how did that come to be?
It's amazing, actually. When you were mentioning my period in which I studied in Buffalo on creativity, I remember the first time that I was wondering, how come that we don't have this in Europe? I really, already during pursuing the program, I felt like the potential, and I really liked it. I really discovered that it fits to my personality too. So that made me start thinking about, this should really be, it's a bit like Osborne thinking, this should be available for everybody. I was really surprised to discover that ICSC actually was the only center where you could study creativity on an academic level. So when I was asked about my vision as a creativity practitioner, well, that was an easy shot. I thought, wow, wouldn't it be cool, you know, if we also would have a center somewhere in Europe. And I also saw myself be involved there, because I really felt that this was my niche, let's say, my place. There was a chance in which we could invite you to conduct a masterclass in Europe. And during your visit, we had the first conversation, the first serious conversation about how might we, you know, start the master program in Europe. And from there, we just got started on the enthusiasm. I had no idea the amount of work it would be. And I think that's a good thing, because probably I wouldn't have started there. So long story short, within 2.5 years after we started to promote and tell people about our plans, we got the first cohort, 11 people that said, look, you know, I like the idea and I want to study creativity. So that made me even become more involved in the field of creativity, because not only in my professional work as a trainer or a facilitator, but now also somehow as a promoter or coordinator of basically an extension of what got started by Osborne and Parnes in Buffalo.
This program was founded in 1967, and in 2017, it's 50 years old. And I think about what makes it unique. Well, one thing is its history. We go back to one of the fathers of the field of creativity, a pioneer, Alex Osborne, who was a businessman, but he was interested in creativity because he felt that education did more to rob children and students of their creativity than to promote it. And as a businessman, he saw that it was a crucial professional skill, and he wanted to change education. So we have this 50-year history. So a unique benefit of studying with the International Center for Studies in Creativity is we didn't just make this up. It's been 50 years of development and research and practice. So the curriculum is well established. I think the other thing, as a unique characteristic of the International Center for Studies in Creativity, is that you get to study with some of the thought leaders in the field of creativity. 6 full-time faculty members at this internationally renowned center who do nothing but study creativity all the time. It's not a sidelight. It's not an appetizer. It's not a dessert. It's the main course. It's what they do all the time. They are creativity experts. And I think one of the other benefits is developing relationships with the faculty creates a community. And it is a vibrant community. Branko, I think about you. And I think about how at once you were a student and now we're colleagues. So one of the things that we look to is to grow future colleagues and to help to expand the field by developing colleagues who will make contributions to the field of creativity. Well, one of the benefits, I would say, of studying with the International Center for Studies in Creativity is that it is, in my humble opinion, the creativity credential. And that because it's part of the State University of New York, the International Center for Studies in Creativity, is embedded in Buffalo State, a campus of 12,000 students, which is one among 64 campuses within the State University of New York, which is the largest university system in the US, that this is a bona fide degree. It is a substantial credential to earn. Students have told me that what they learn on Monday, they're immediately applying the next day. It's so highly practical that they're able to bring these tools and these theories immediately into the workplace and try these out in meetings, helping teams to be more effective at solving problems. And also in personal lives. I know that, one of my former students literally said that what he learned in the very first course, Principles in Creative Problem Solving, saved his marriage. Completely altered a confrontational relationship with his wife to more of an appreciative, understanding the differences between them, and then taking more of a problem-solving attitude. How do we work together through this, rather than an adversarial approach? Can you think of any other unique aspects or benefits of studying at the International Center for Studies in Creativity?
One of the things that struck me is that I didn't come in there as a student and I would always be the student. But as you mentioned, that you are growing colleagues, because that's a real different take on it. And last but not least, you get a credential in creativity and change leadership.